Hi, guys. Hey, listen. I know we have Edward Tulane. I've got to be able to see Edward Tulane and see what's going to happen next. But guess who came in to peek? Mr. Seitz. Yep. Mr. Seitz also works from home. So I'm really glad that he's allowed me to have another workspace in our home so I can reach out to you. But Edward Tulane, you guys, we got to find out what's going to happen. Remember, he wound up getting his head smashed, and then he had this strange dream. It seemed like a dream because he was talking to a lot of the characters that he no longer was with. So right now, when I showed you that last picture, if you could have seen it, it was a man like working on Edward, and Edward's on a table. It's kind of an interesting picture. I love this author. She's so good. Exceedingly well made, said the man who was running a warm cloth over Edward's face. A work of art, I would say. A surprisingly, unbelievably dirty work of art, but art nonetheless. And art can be dealt with, just as your broken head has been dealt with. Edward looked into the eyes of the man. Ah, there you are. I can see that you are listening now. Your head was broken. I fixed it. I brought you back from the world of the dead. My heart, thought Edward. My heart is broken. No need to thank me, the man said. It's my job, quite literally. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lucius Clark, doll mender. Your head, may I tell you? Will it upset you? Well, I always say the truth must be met head on. No pun intended. Your head, young sir, was in 21 pieces. 21 pieces, Edward repeated mindlessly. Lewis Clark nodded. 21. All modesty aside, I must admit that as a lesser doll mender, a doll mender without my skills might not have been able to rescue you. But let's not speak of what might have been. Let's speak instead of what is. You are whole. You've been pulled back from the brink of oblivion by your humble servant, I. And here, I am grateful. This was quite a speech to wake up to, and Edward laid on his back, trying to absorb it. He was on a wooden table. He was in a room with sunshine pouring in from high windows. His head apparently had been in 21 pieces and now was put back together into one. He was not wearing a red suit. In fact, he had no clothes on at all. He was naked again, and he did not have wings. And then he remembered. Bryce, the diner. Neil swinging him through the air. Bryce. You are wondering perhaps about your young friend, the one with the continually runny nose. Yes, he brought you here weeping and begging for my assistance. Put it back together, put it back together. I told him, young sir, I'm a businessman. I can put your rabbit back together again for a price. The question is, can you pay this price? He could not. Of course he could not. He said that he could not. I told him then that he had two options. Only two. The first option being that he seek assistance elsewhere. Option 2 was that I would fix you to the very best of my considerable abilities, and then you would become mine. His no longer, but mine. Here, the clockmaker fell silent. He nodded, agreeing with himself. Two options only, and your friend chose option 2. He gave you up so that you could be healed. Extraordinary, really. Bryce, thought Edward. Mr. Clark clapped his hands together. But no worries, my friend, no worries. I fully intend to keep up my end of the bargain. I will restore you to what I perceive to be your former glory. You shall have rabbit fur ears and a rabbit fur tail. Your whiskers will be repaired and replaced. Your eyes repainted to a bright and stunning blue. You will be clothed in the finest of suits. And then someday I will reap the return on my investment in you. All in good time. All in good time. In the doll business, we have a saying, there is a real time and there's a doll time. You, my fine friend, have entered doll time. Boys and girls, there's a picture on chapter 24 that shows Bryce walking through the store door. I wonder, what is going to happen? I wonder what Bryce is feeling right now. I can tell by his expression on his face. He looks a little bit dismayed, maybe forlorn. Tomorrow I'll tell you the rest. Hey, you guys, thanks a lot again. I love you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.